Welcome back to the Spartan Journal. Episode 9. Can you guys believe it? If you're new here, where have you been? You guys know the drill. We are your go-to MSU podcaster staying up to date and informed about the current world around us. I'm your host, Shadi Khamis, and I'm joined by our co-host, Rhattigan, and our executive editor, Alex Kaminski. Let's jump right into the 9th episode of our series. Today, we'll be navigating the future of video content with OpenAI Sora, economic impact on the solar eclipse, and finally, an increase in consumer transactions. The date is April 7th, 2024, and you're listening to the Spartan Journal.
Here are this week's market evaluations. The S&P 500 is down by 54 points and almost 1% this week, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 904 points and 3%. And finally, the NASDAQ is down 216 points and 1% this week.
The Russell 2000 is down 62.44 points and 2.94% this week, while MSCI International is down 19.97 points and 3.55% this week. Lastly, Barclay is up 0.31 points and 3.29% this week. Here's your stock of the week, brought to you by Yahoo Finance. Dell Technologies has had a surge due to the demand of AI servers increasing. This, combined with their thrilling net revenue, has kept the stock on a constant climb. Looks like a great future for Dell.
An article by eMarketer talks about Sora, a cutting-edge tool developed by OpenAI designed to generate video content in a way that's reminiscent of how we use ChatGPT and how it creates text as well. It represents a significant leap forward in video production technology, enabling the creation of high-quality videos without the need for traditional video footage, actors, or even extensive production resources. This makes it an incredibly powerful tool for marketers and content creators, allowing for the generation of personalized, engaging content at scale. Whether it's turning written content into captivating videos, producing customized videos for specific audiences, or even creating entirely new content from scratch. Sora has the potential to revolutionize the video content landscape on platforms like YouTube and TikTok, and honestly, even any social media platform. OpenAI Sora is making waves much like ChatGPT did for text. But now in the video world, Tyler Perry himself paused an $800 million studio expansion just from seeing what Sora could do. It's not just about editing or rehashing old footage anymore. Sora's on a completely different level, creating videos that are almost too good to be true. Now, imagine the possibilities that this could have for marketing. We're already seeing 59% of marketing excesses diving into AI for visuals, and Sora is set to boost that. For me, it's all about tailor-made videos now, stuff that feels personal, or turning blogs and podcasts into eye-catching videos for platforms where we all spend our time scrolling anyway. But here's the twist. In the article, it talks about as amazing as Sora sounds, it also has its pitfalls and disadvantages. The uniqueness of the content is really at risk. With everyone tapping into the same tech, we may end up seeing a sea of sameness and just, mundane stuff. And then there's the content overload. So YouTube and TikTok could get flooded with these AI creations, making it tougher to spot the gems among the generic. It's kind of going to be hard to differentiate yourself throughout that. So what's a creator got to do? Steering clear of Sora might keep content fresh, or maybe just using it wisely, focusing on adding real value for the audience. Now, what's the future, you may ask? Well, it's really down to how platforms like YouTube and TikTok react. Will they embrace the AI wave or put checks to preserve quality and honestly preserve the future? That's the big question hanging over us as we dive into this new era of video content creation.
That was a very interesting article on AI, Shadi. Very unique from you. I just have a question. Do you think these checks should be mandated? I mean, an $800 million investment was put on hold because of this.
Liam, that's a tough question to answer. And personally, if you're looking at a future of an organization or social media, you have to take in consideration of all these factors that AI can hurt. See, AI does provide this advancement in technology and enhancement in efficiency, but overall, it's destructive for people's lives and energy overall. Now, how will TikTok and YouTube react to this? I don't know. But should they create checks to ensure that jobs will be sustainable in the future? Yeah.
Thank you, Shadi. This week, I'm discussing the economic impact of the eclipse that will be occurring on April 8th. In a recent article by Investopedia, author Deacon Hyatt delves into the economic implications of the 2024 solar eclipse in the United States. This celestial event, spanning a 115-mile wide band from Texas to Maine, is estimated to generate a staggering $6 billion in economic activity. With millions of eager spectators, both domestic and international, flocking to witness this rare phenomenon, businesses along the eclipse's path are gearing up for an influx of visitors. Philip Powell, an economics professor at Indiana University, likened the eclipse's economic impact to that of a major concert or sporting event. The allure of this once-in-a-lifetime event draws tourists with discretionary income, ready to spend lavishly over the course of several days. Moreover, the longer duration of this eclipse compared to its predecessor in 2017 amplifies its appeal, with the next similar event not anticipated until 2044. Hotels and short-term rental costs are particularly poised to capitalize on the surge in demand, with occupancy rates soaring to 92% along the eclipse path. As a result, accommodation prices skyrocket, sometimes doubling or even tripling their usual rates. Vic Patel, a Paducah, Kentucky hotel owner, found all 150 of his rooms booked well in advance, demonstrating the high demand for lodging in eclipse hotspots. Communities like Paducah are bracing for an influx of visitors, with special events and festivals organized to commemorate the occasion. Local businesses are pulling out all the stops to cater to eclipse tourists' diverse needs, from offering them eclipse-themed merchandise to providing esoteric services like psychic readings. The economic impact isn't confined to hospitality. Gas stations, grocery stores, and souvenir shops also stand benefit from the surge in spending. In essence, the 2024 solar eclipse presents a unique opportunity for businesses and communities along its path to capitalize on a celestial spectacle that transcends geographical boundaries. As visitors from far and wide converge to witness this extraordinary event, the economic ripples are expected to reverberate throughout the U.S. economy, leaving a lasting impact on local economies. This analysis by Investopedia and Deacon Hyatt sheds light on the economic significance of the solar eclipse, reminding us that even cosmic phenomena can have tangible financial implications.
Informative article, Alex. It honestly taught me everything I was questioning. So with that said, do you plan on watching the eclipse tomorrow?
Yeah, I got a pair of eclipse glasses from my ISP 205 class. It's called like Visions of the Universe. And so since I got those glasses, that's definitely like incentivizes me to watch it. So
Eclipse glasses? I mean, I've never heard of them because and personally for me, like my vision's horrible anyway, so I guess they won't even help. But yeah, that's just me.
no, they're like paper glasses. They're like 3D glasses that you would get, or like the 3D things that you would get watching movies. But yeah,
Are they like the
so I got
same
those.
like lens like as the movies, or is it like different type of lens that you would use for eclipse?
It's a great question. I could not tell you, but I will be
Oh,
watching the eclipse tomorrow. So
well, I'll be watching it with you. Just, my eyes might burn.
Thank you, guys. My article this week is on smartphone payments, titled Using Your Phone to Pay is Convenient, but it can also mean you spend more. Now, everybody nowadays has smartphones, whether it be from Apple or Android. My point being is that these machines offer things that have made everyday life such a breeze. One specific tool most people use is the payment method, such as Apple Pay or Google Pay, as well as the ability for these devices to store their credit card information, making it easier to order things online. Now, believe it or not, though, these methods are making people with mobile payment methods spend more. On average, 9.4% more transactions are made with people with online payment methods than people who don't. Professor Zhu, who teaches at Ken & Fraser Business School at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, believes that although these payment methods aren't a direct cause of credit card debt, they could play a significant role. Chu estimated that with the evidence given that 4.5% of all credit card transactions are influenced by mobile payment methods. More specifically, about 50 billion out of the 1.13 trillion in transactions are influenced by mobile payment methods. Now, this isn't a lot in retrospect, but it's certainly enough to take into account. Despite these studies, people will still use the methods, and for one reason only, mainly convenience. The convenience factors are the ability to just tap your phone and pay or scan your card for payment information online. And this takes the hassle of carrying a credit card or debit card around all the time. I want you to think about how many times you have lost your credit card or left it at home when you're looking to pay. More than once, I bet. I wouldn't say stopping the payment would be the key to fixing the increased spending, but as a consumer, we should just be aware of this dynamic.
Thanks, Liam. I appreciate that article. Do you think the trend of spending via mobile payments will increase with AI and technology continuing to develop?
Thanks for the question, Alex. And yes, I do think these trends will continue. And I think several factors contribute to this. These factors being convenience, security, and personalization. These are all things that personally I think we crave as a society.
So just like opening this up in the discussion, do you guys think that the main problem with this is that not just that the consumers are spending more than what they know, but also like financial literacy and like actual knowledge of what they're spending?
Overall, for me, like I use Apple Pay a lot, and I've noticed that like it doesn't feel real kind of thing. Like it just feels like you just tap your phone and there you go, you pay for it. So I can definitely see how, everyone's spending a lot more now because of them using their phones.
I get that. It's a good point. So yeah, just going into a conclusion. We wrap up our 9th episode of the 4th season, and just a quick heads up, our final episode of the season is dropping in 2 weeks, and it's going to be a special one. We're hosting an in-person podcast session for the first time. Honestly, the first time ever that we've ever had. So keep your ears ready for what's shaping up to be our most thrilling episode yet. Remember to look out for your fellow Spartans, and as always, go green.
If you enjoyed the discussion, please like and share the podcast on Apple and Spotify. The Spartan Journal podcast is part of Michigan State University's Wealth Management Association, a student organization whose goal is to inspire the next generation of financial advisors. The Spartan Journal news team releases a newsletter every Monday morning comprised of financial literacy and the week's market updates. Feel free to follow us on social media at msuwma and check out our website at msuwma.com. Anything heard on either the MSUWMA or Spartan Journal podcasts is for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice.